Before you go on a cruise, we need to talk about cruise etiquette and unspoken rules. Because while many things are going to be common sense or good manners, there are some situations that happen on a cruise that would not happen at home or on land. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, as I was getting ready to film this video, I thought about something that I saw on my most recent cruise. And truthfully, it is a cruise etiquette mistake that I do not know why people do this on cruise ships. I have never seen it at hotels, at resorts, anywhere else in the world, but I do see it on every single cruise. It absolutely drives me crazy. I'm going to share that in this video. But beyond this, I asked in the Lifewell Cruise Facebook community, what are some poor cruiser etiquette mistakes that you really dislike on a cruise? And wow, there were about 1,400 comments in just a few hours. So I'm going to share those with you as well. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. All right, starting off with Gangway, always make sure that you have your cruise card in your hand ready. You do not want to hold up that line. And this is in particular for any new cruisers. It's kind of like when you're boarding the airplane and you do need to show your boarding pass. It is a cruise etiquette mistake to rush the gangway on your port day. And I know a lot of people want to get off the cruise ship as soon as possible. So if they know that the cruise ship is supposed to dock at 9 o'clock, for instance, in the morning time, there are people that are going to take the elevators down to the gangway and they're going to wait there. But the thing is that that cruise ship may not be cleared to actually open up the doors. And as people come down from the elevator, they are all going to be crowded into one space. And sometimes people can't even get off the elevator, or people are crowded in the stairways. So always wait for the captain or cruise director to say that the cruise ship has been cleared before you make your way to get off. Stairs and common hallways. Now, this is something that actually drives a lot of people crazy. But in the hallway, when you're walking with a group and you're having a conversation, don't just stop right in the middle of the hallway to talk and figure out what you're going to do. The other thing is, in the hallway, remember that the doors, they are not that soundproof. So especially if it's very late at night, very early in the morning, just, try to use that like indoor voice. And something else, a lot of people, I'm convinced people do not do this on purpose, but those cabin doors can slam really hard. So just try to close the door softly. Now, when it comes to room service, if you do get room service delivered, make sure that you follow the guidelines from the cruise line. Now, a lot of people are going to say that it is poor cruise etiquette to leave your room service tray in the hallway. However, we do have some cruise lines who say to leave those in the hallway because they do have crew that are monitoring that regularly. However, many cruise lines instead will leave a little card on the room service tray where you can call housekeeping to have it picked up when you're done, or your cabin attendant will take it out when he or she cleans the room. Now, speaking of glassware and dishes, something that you will see on a cruise that I don't think that you see elsewhere, and really I do think it is poor cruiser etiquette, is leaving glasses and dishes in places that they aren't supposed to be left. So I'm not talking about a room service tray and I'm not talking about a table. I'm talking about leaving glasses in the elevator, or even worse, leaving glasses on the stairway. Now, this is something that I saw on a recent cruise, and in that case I had a crew member that was very close to me. I let them know because oftentimes they are going to have some gloves and they're able to remove that, and that can be really dangerous if somebody does step on it. Now, this next one drives a lot of people crazy, and I have to admit this is probably something that you don't only see on cruises, but it does seem like it really bothers people on cruises. And this is people having conversations on their speakerphone loudly in the public areas, in the hallway, but also watching videos on speaker, listening to podcasts on speaker as they walk through the public hallways. And I think just something we have to think about is, well, first, we should be using some form of earbuds or something else that kind of maintains the privacy of that, and also, doesn't have all of that noise pollution that drives people crazy when they're on vacation. And while we're talking about the internet and privacy, there's a risk that many cruise travelers overlook. Scammers can easily get your personal information from data brokers, and a phishing or travel scam is the last thing that you want ruining your trip. Now that's where today's sponsor, Incogni, comes in. Anytime that you've booked a cruise, flight, or even searched for travel deals, your personal data is already being bought and sold by hundreds of data brokers that you've never even heard of. Your name, your email, your phone number, and even your travel patterns all being used without your permission. Now, Incogni automatically contacts those data broker sites and requests that your personal information be removed. Now, I started to use Incogni a few months ago, and I get monthly reports showing which brokers have deleted my data. And signing up takes less than 5 minutes. You create an account, you authorize Incogni to act on your behalf, and they handle the rest automatically. Now, signing up for the annual plan works best because they keep removing your data proactively each and every month, even as new data broker sites emerge. Now, I have an awesome 60% off discount code on the annual plan with Incogni, so I will leave my exclusive link and the discount code below. All right, let's talk about cruise etiquette for children and families. And by the way, I do want to let you know I cruised a lot with my children when they were young, and I continue to think that cruises are amazing for families, but there are some things that you need to know, not only about etiquette, but also some things that could verge into the realm of safety. But first, let's talk about swim diapers. Never let your children into hot tubs and pools with swim diapers. Now, I know that is the rule, but it's not one of those rules that were made to be broken. So don't do that. And by the way, that is something that I have seen. And what happens is it puts a crew member in a position where they may have to go and tell a guest that they have to leave the pool. And this really, they do not want to have to tell guests no for anything, so they do not like to do it. Children in the hot tubs. Now, this is something that you see in a lot of cruise ships, and I have to say, unless it's an adult-only hot tub, it is absolutely fine. But if your kids are going to go in a hot tub, there are some things to know. One of them is that they shouldn't blow their nose in the hot tub. And for anybody watching this video, if you've ever seen that or been part of that in the hot tub, well, you know, leave a comment below. All right, moving on to the buffet. Children should not be running in the buffet, and that is actually just a safety rule for them, in particular in the area where crew members and people are walking. The lido deck. Don't hog the hot tub. So even for adults, you can enjoy the hot tub, but after a few hours, people are honestly going to wonder where you are going to the bathroom. Don't eat in the hot tub. Yeah, there are some comments where people said, yeah, somebody brought a hamburger into the hot tub. And this one goes without saying, probably, but of course, adults who are drinking, don't pee in the pool. Don't reserve chairs for a long period of time. All right, moving on to cruise dining etiquette. Now, at the cruise ship buffet, something not to do is when there's one section of the buffet that is closed or it's roped off, even if you see the food there, do not go behind the rope and start to serve yourself food. Do not use the same plate twice. Now, this can be something that you might think, I don't want to waste the dishes on a cruise. But no, it's actually not hygienic. The cruise ship does not want you to do this. So if you want a second serving or a third serving, each time that you go, make sure to get another plate. Use the serving utensils that are available for each and every dish. Avoid eating the food from your plate with your hands while you're in line at the buffet, even if you are very hungry. Don't ever put the food back. If you've taken too much food on your plate, and you rethink it once it's on there, it should never go back into the food tray. This goes without saying, but do not cough or sneeze onto the food or the food area. And don't cut in line. And this is one that I saw recently on Facebook, and I definitely think it is something not to do anywhere indoors really, but especially where anybody is eating. Don't take your shoes off and put your feet up on a chair while you're in the buffet sitting, even if your feet are tired. Nobody likes to look at other people's bare feet. Cruise etiquette when it comes to the dining room. Make sure that you do show up on time if you have a reservation. Now, speaking of service, if you want to get the attention of any waiters, do not snap your fingers wearing bathrobes to the restaurants on a cruise ship. Now, sometimes people say, I love the idea of wearing my bathrobe to the restaurant or even to the buffet because I'm so comfortable on a cruise and I don't want to have to get dressed yet. I want to be able to have my breakfast just like I do at home. And, you know, the buffet of the restaurant is like my kitchen at home. But it's not. It's more like a restaurant at home. So if you wouldn't get in your car and in your bathrobe and then go to the restaurant, you really wouldn't want to do this on a cruise ship. Now, I know that this one is still a little bit debated, so let me know your thoughts. Either way, you can disagree with me. Let me know down in the comments below. Cruise cabin etiquette. If you are playing music in your cabin, don't play it too loudly because it might actually be heard from the other cabins next to you. And that's in particular if you do have your balcony door open. Now, something that you should never do on a balcony is smoke on your cruise ship balcony. This is actually against the rules on almost every single cruise line. Now, not only does it smell bad for your neighbors, so they're not going to like that, but it is actually a fire hazard. Don't yell from one balcony to the other. So even if you have some people that you know that are in another cabin, don't disturb everybody on that side of the cruise ship by announcing your entire conversation. Elevator etiquette. Now, you were probably wondering, when was I going to get to this? But I do not know why. It seems like people on cruise ships do not know exactly how elevators work and the idea that you have to let people off the elevator before you go in. So that's a little bit of a reminder to some. Show and theater cruise etiquette. If you go in to see a show and if you sit in the front row, avoid leaving that show before the end, because in a way, that sort of unspoken contract, that unspoken rule that you have if you sit at the very front is that you're not disturbing other people, and you're certainly not disturbing the people that are actually entertaining everybody, because it can really be a distraction. So if you know that you need to leave early from a show, that's okay, but sit at the aisle or sit towards the back. Now, also in the theater, avoid reserving or saving any chairs, especially for more than a few minutes. And when it comes to your phone, and I know many of us can be guilty of this, we are on our phones a lot. Turn your phone off, make sure that it isn't silent, but don't even scroll on Instagram or TikTok or anything, because the light or even texting can be super bothersome to others. General cruiser etiquette. Don't forget to wash your hands. On cruise ships, one of the ways that a lot of illnesses spread is the fact that we are all in close quarters, and is the fact that some people are not washing their hands. So if you're in the bathroom or if you're going in to take food, make sure that you wash your hands, or otherwise use the hand sanitizers if sinks are not available. Greet someone with a hello as they pass. And if you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But something that a lot of cruise passengers find is they say, if I say hello to somebody, it's nice when they say hello back. And one thing about cruise ships is it is a little bit of a communal atmosphere. And I always find that people are a little bit friendlier on cruise ships than, you know, they might be if you walk around, you know, in any big city. So that's something to keep in mind. And that applies whether it's guests or crew. Don't steal. Now, of course, this goes without saying, but we've actually had our towel clip stolen before from our lounge chairs. Now, it's not the end of the world because I did have more, but still, I thought I was just in the pool. That was really strange. Other people say that their door magnets have been stolen. So, of course, ideally, don't do this. Don't ask crew members how much money they make. Now, this seems to be something that more cruisers are talking about doing, as the discussion about gratuities and how much crew makes or doesn't make has been happening online. And while people can talk about this online, I do think that we have to remember our manners, and we should not be putting crew in that situation. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree with these cruise etiquette mistakes? And what are some other cruise etiquette faux pas that you have witnessed on a cruise? Please let me know down in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.